Oh, the cold weather certainly helping set the stage for what should be a physical primetime contest at Pittsburgh's Acrisure Stadium.
Tonight on this fine Thursday night, we've got a good one in store between the Cleveland Browns and the Pittsburgh Steelers. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. Wishing he had a mulligan. That's not how you want to start the game.
Not at all, because not only do you give up the penalty and good field position, but it just kills the momentum of your team as you start a game.
Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. And incomplete to open things up.
These two teams, you may recall, they didn't play each other till late in the year. Their first meeting was not too long ago, back in Week 13. And it was the visiting Steelers who came away victorious, so they'll look to claim the season series with a win here in Pittsburgh.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10.
Now the Iowa State product, it's Kene Nwangu.
The Steeler first down on a pickup of 11 yards.
Usually we see runs like this as the defense breaks down later in the game, but this guy is setting the tone early, running through all types of tackles and putting the defense back on its heels.
They'll look to throw now on first down.
And this one almost intercepted. Not a good throw there. Nearly an opening drive, INT. The Steelers at 11-4 now on the year. And they've been playing their best football of the year. Winners of 4 in a row.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
So they'll come up after the incompletion for 2nd down. Here's the option going right. It's a loss of 4. Now 3rd down.
When you think about the strong safety position, they're the more bulkier guys in the free safety, but that time great athleticism to hustle in and break up that play.
And these are the kind of plays that defenders dream about, a chance to get a big running start and go after the quarterback. He was not at all put off by the option. I think he committed to the quarterback right from the outset, and he was able to get in there and put the hit on him.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
That was their first 3rd down try of the game, and clearly something was off in the execution of that play. Good news, they've got a whole game left to clean that up and start clicking on those key 3rd down throws.
A pretty good punt, but a nice 13-yard return.
And the Browns will take over 1st and 10.
Watson and the Browns now with a 1st and 10.
Right at the 30. Now we'll play fake, and it's Watson. Got an open man. That's David Njoku, the tight end. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 14 yards, and it's a Cleveland first down.
Well, Charles, did it seem like to you that maybe they were a little worried about his running prowess there? Because everybody kind of froze when he got outside the pocket, and they were able to throw it for the first down.
Absolutely. And you work all week getting ready for a game, and you know that the potential is there for him to run it, but you better take care of those receivers downfield. They can hurt you first.
A 14-yard pickup. That's 14 yards on 2 straight plays.
A lot of running backs, a little bit of a disadvantage when you start talking MVP. Might not be the case this year. You think he's got a shot, don't you?
I do. I think he's got more than a shot. But what he's going to need here down the stretch this late in the season, he needs that big closing game, that game that we're all going to reflect on and go, oh, my goodness, did he put up a number, let's say, 200 plus?
So they accept the penalty, of course, and push the offense backwards a bit.
The false start backs him up 5, 1st and 15. Following the penalty, Chubb. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Miles Jack there to make the tackle.
This defense for the Steelers, they were very good in the victory a week ago over Cincinnati.
And what I saw on film was a nearly unstoppable pass rush. 5 sacks last week, plenty of hurries given up. So now what do you do on offense? You just max protect, keep everyone in and run the ball, or maybe just 1 or 2 receiver routes in order to try and keep your quarterback upright.
On 2nd and 15 now. Watson looking for Johnson, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Minka Fitzpatrick.
And the Steelers are going to take over at their own 30-yard line. So the interception there, and Charles, I'd imagine that's something you can maybe live with in December, but not come January.
And I love how you make the distinction there. You're talking about regular season versus the postseason, the playoffs. Because these guys, they've already clinched a playoff spot, but they know, looking ahead, when they get into the postseason, they've got to take better care of the football because turnovers in that situation, they really become magnified.
And he'll be tackled right on the chalk at a 45. First play of the drive going for 14 and also going for a first down.
But normally you see 3 tight ends in a formation, you have to think to yourself, this has got to be a run. And I know as a safety, when I saw that, I took an extra step or 2 towards the line of scrimmage. Instead, they threw the ball, and he found one of those tight ends for a very nice pickup.
They'll bring one of the tight ends in motion left. They'll send the big tight end in motion right. On first down, he'll drop to throw. He'll rifle this one deep right side. He's got a man complete. And into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh.
Chase Claypool.
Touchdown number 15 of the year.
And the Steelers use the early turnover to get on the board first here in this one.
Boswell good with the extra point. And it's now a 7-0 game. To the touchdown. And he almost flirted with disaster there, but it does get into the end zone before going out, and they'll bring it out to the 25. The Browns drive about to get started. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, wound up leading to a touchdown the other way. How do you approach drive number 2?
Going back to your game plan coming in, everyone has matchups that they like better than others. Where they think they have an advantage, dial up some of those plays. Try and go to those spots and get your offense moving. Against a team coming off a win, just as your team did the previous week, you talk about being physical all game long. Sometimes being physical is just being on the spot and helping force the incompletion.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Throwing again is Watson.
And that'll be off the mark, too far out in front, and it's incomplete.
They have to like what they've done defensively here at the outset of this drive. They forced a couple of incomplete passes, bring up a 3rd and 10. Don't be surprised to bring a little pressure on this snap.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Watson now to throw.
is taken in by Jakeem Grant.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they reach the 50. It'll go as a gain of 25 on a play that started back at the 25.
And that's how you shake off the interception you threw on the opening drive, come back and throw another strike and gain nice yardage. And I give credit to two people on this one. The man throwing the ball and the person calling the plays. They're not shutting him down early in this game.
It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
That's a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
And this time they were ready for him as they'll stop him right at the line of scrimmage. A loss on that play, and now 3rd down gets tougher, 3rd and 6.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
Throwing on 3rd down, Watson. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Miles Jack.
And the Steelers are going to take over at their own 41.
And that's what we've seen from this defense all year long, because they've been so good at finding ways to take the football away. And they just gave us another example right here. A strong defense, that's something you're going to need to rely on come playoff time. And this crew has got one. There's no doubt about that, Brandon.
The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive.
They'll start in excellent field position following the INT.
They fire this one quickly to Austin.
And they'll get him down on the other side of midfield. In need of only about the length of the football here on 2nd down.
Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. And he's taken down, trying to do a little too much, getting outside of the pocket, and it results in a sack. Myles Garrett in there to bring him down, and that is sack number 17 now on the season. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports.
Okay, ready? They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks.
And they'll send the slot in motion left. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. Being chipped, and he's going to go down again.
Tarvarius Moore. He's the one to get him this time, and back-to-back sacks brings up 4th down. Here's Presley Harvin now.
And he'll get this away into the icy winter air. It'll be 37 yards there on the punt.
And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over.
The Browns drive about to get started.
And listen, these Thursday night games, they're tough on the body. You just played on Sunday, 72 hours later, hey, it's game day again. But I have to think a Thursday night game in September much more preferable than a Thursday nighter in December, no?
Oh, there's no doubt about it. You mentioned how tough it is on the body. How about the mind? You're already tired, fatigued, right? Trying to battle for playoff spots. And here you have the quick turnaround. Now, the flip side is, if you take care of business, win that Thursday nighter, you go into a mini open.
And now Watson throws another interception.
Picked up by Minka Fitzpatrick.
He got out of the pocket there, was wondering what he was going to do with it, but I think he was calling, his receiver was calling for the ball, wasn't he?
He certainly was. The problem, he called for it too late, and when he delivered, they were all over him in the secondary and came up with the interception.
And they'll send the tight end in motion here. They'll try and start this drive in the air. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
That incompletion certainly slows things down a little bit and brings up a very important call for 2nd and long. What do? Run and try and get some yardage and make it 3rd and manageable, or challenge the coverage again, hoping for a bigger gain?
They work again from the 38 on 2nd and 10.
Check pass, check pass.
And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4.
In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down.
And they bring the big tight end across the formation left.
Straight ahead, here's Nwangu. And he works his way free all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone.
12 yards that time at a Pittsburgh first.
So it's pretty simple, partner. You pick up a turnover, set you up in excellent field position. The last thing you want to do is go 3 and out in this spot.
Yeah, they would have had to settle for a field goal attempt, but now they keep those touchdown hopes alive.
Back to Nwangu again on first down.
And he's only going to get a yard from the 20 to the 19.
That result, really no surprise. That's what we're coming accustomed to with this #1 ranked rush defense.
And you study the game. Does this bring back a few memories? Maybe the 85 Bears trying to move the ball against them, 2000 Ravens. Heck, how about the late 60s, early 70s Purple People Eaters, the Minnesota Vikings? Hard to move the ball against those types of teams.
Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. Throw left side complete. That's Jackson. Touchdown!
Tyree Jackson for 19 yards away. And the Steelers have taken a 2-touchdown lead now.
Extra point put through by Boswell. And that'll make the score 14-0. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown.
Fielded just outside the goal line. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23. The Browns drive about to get started. As mentioned, this one of the hottest teams in the NFL, riding that winning streak into this one, but now playing here on Thursday night. Do you think that this helps or hurts their momentum?
Ordinarily, I'd say it hurts the momentum because now you get that short week. But when a team's playing as well as they are, it actually allows them to down focus and only worry about themselves and less about their opponent. So when you're playing well, you just worry about the things you're doing well and let the opponent deal with that.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Back to throw, Watson. And there is Amari Cooper, his first catch. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32. Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. And the Steelers now in the nickel here on 3rd down. They'll run for it. Here's Chubb. And he's going to have the first down at about the 38. They get 6 on the pickup there as the drive will continue.
Exactly what they needed right there, because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off, because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
again on first down, Chubb. And now the ball's out. Fumble near midfield. But this will fortunately wind up out of bounds.
And now, as with every potential turnover, they're going to take a second look at this just to make sure. So that one overturned. They say the knee was down, and that will not be ruled a fumble.
On first down, they'll run with Chubb. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
I thought he did a nice job there setting an edge and make sure nothing could get to the outside. But he decided that wasn't enough for him. Worked his way back inside and made the tackle on the ball carrier.
Now they contend with a 2nd and 12 after the loss. Now a give left side for Chubb. And now the ball's out. Fumble near midfield. And it's picked up by the Steelers. And he returns it into enemy territory down to the 45-yard line. And so the last 3 drives, you've got 2 interceptions and a fumble. I think we know why they're losing right now.
Without question, and we've seen the evidence, just what you talked about there. If they take care of the football, number one, maybe they're not having this deficit. And number 2, maybe they actually have the lead.
And this winds up a gain of 4 to the 41.
I feel like I could see what he was thinking on that carry. Wanted to follow that big tackle through the hole. Ended up only getting 4 yards on the carry. I think he had designs on that one being bigger.
Second and 6. And that one will fall incomplete. Clock here now just under 30 seconds to go in this first half. The turnover put them in great field position. They don't want to squander it with 3rd down coming up.
No, not at all. And you know what else you do? You make your defense mad.
Yeah.
They got you the football, gave you a great opportunity. You got to cash in and get some points.
Up the middle, Nwangu. And this will not be enough. On 3rd and 5, he only gets 3. Now the Browns signal for the second of their timeouts, as the stoppage will come with 23 seconds to go till halftime. So now they're going to send out the field goal unit to, as they say, fire away from long distance. Boswell's kick is good, and that will extend their lead even further. So able to add on to their first half lead here, Charles, forcing the miscue with a fumble and then turning that into 3 points.
Yeah, and more than happy to accept any mistakes the other side is willing to make. No problem. You turn it over, we'll take that, and we'll use it to expand our lead.
For the Browns, good starting field position as they have it 1st and 10 at the 40. They'll fake the handoff. Now Watson. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Now he's hit on the return. It's a loose football. And I think they are going to get this one back. Well, that would have been something. Double turnovers. But instead, they'll keep the possession on the INT.
And now before the ball changes hands, they're going to take a look at this just to make sure that they have it right.
Huge play by the defense, not only to force the fumble, obviously, but to return it for a touchdown.
And I know it's no fun for anyone who plays offense, but isn't it fun to see how a defense rallies when there's a fumble return and everyone tries to find someone to block and bring it all the way home?
I always like their celebrations because they don't get there that often.
No, they're not choreographed very well usually.
They'll look to throw here on 1st down. He's going to rifle one deep left side. Got his man. It's caught for a Steelers touchdown. Boswell for the extra point. And the lead is now 24.
4 seconds, all that remain here this first half as the kick gets away. Taken in at the 3. The Browns drive about to get started. 1 second, all that remains.
And they're just going to run it here up the middle. There's some space here.
And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down.
So we've come upon halftime here in Week 17.
As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Boswell on now to kick this one away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25.
The Browns drive about to get started. And that first half, one to forget really on both sides of the ball. They got to find some way to string something together here, don't they?
Yeah, they're down big right now. So as you mentioned, trying to find something to string together, get some consistency, something sustained, maybe calm their whole team down and find a way to get back in this one.
Yeah, because right now you're down big, you're being shut out. Let's see if this is the drive that kind of kickstarts them.
From the gun, it's a give to Chubb. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40.
67 yards rushing on 12 carries for him now.
Despite the score, despite the deficit, no quitting this guy. He's running angry, running through arm tackles. He wants to change what that scoreboard is saying.
On first down, Watson. Buying time to his left. Now he'll throw deep left side. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Trey Flowers picks it.
And the Steelers are going to take over once again at their own 37-yard line.
Well, I think everyone who's watching was certainly hoping to see things get a little bit better for them in this half, weren't we? But it was a downright miserable first half. This carried over with an interception to begin the second half. That's a defeated offense right there, and there's still a lot of game left. I don't think that's the last turnover we're going to see today, partner.
First play's a run with Nwangu. And he'll work this forward for about 3 at second down.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7.
Now whistles here before the snap, and it looks like one of the Steelers may have moved. And that false start penalty certainly not helping their cause here. 2nd down and long.
He'll get this to his tight end. That's Pat Fryermuth.
That's good. The completion there for 7 yards, and it brings up 3rd and 5 now.
Was that a design pass, or what was that?
It was built into the play call. He had the opportunity to either hand it inside, keep it himself to run it, or do what he just did. Throw that pass inside, hitting a receiver on the run.
Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. Rush coming, and he's taken down.
Jeremiah Owusu-Koramoah coming in to drop him for a loss of 8, and it also brings up 4th.
And he gets it away, a directional kick going toward the sideline. And no return here. Where will they spot it? They say just outside the 20-yard line. The Browns drive about to get started.
I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
Cooper will come in motion right. Faking the give. Now Watson. Forced out to his left. He's got a man complete. It's Amari Cooper. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Now the Steelers put a stop to the action with a timeout defensively. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter. They'll go left side on the ground with Chubb.
And taken down just shy of the 40.
Give credit to the defense for stringing that play out, and they gave up no cutback angle. You notice trying to dart through. No place for him to go. A nice job there, only giving up a 3-yard gain.
Second down, here's Chubb again.
And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45.
79 yards rushing for him so far as his terrific season continues here.
He had to fight for every yard on that run. Shook himself free of a tackle and kept fighting, even with the rest of the defense closing in on him. That's the kind of effort you'll take every single time.
On third down, it's Nick Chubb. And he's got the first down yardage as he brings this up to the 47.
Someone's been having a good game so far, and you know something? A lot of it's been power running. They decided to turn him loose again on third down, didn't they?
They did indeed. He delivered the tough yards. Nothing in that first half, nothing on the last drive, but they're moving now with a 1st and 10. They run it again with Chubb. And he'll get this one across midfield and down into Steeler territory. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
Not too many offenses want to turn down long drives, but when you're down what they are, they've got to pay it off with some points.
They go with Chubb on 2nd down. And he'll fight forward maybe to the line of scrimmage, but that's all. They'll say no gain on the play there. Now it'll be 3rd down.
His carries tonight, they're getting up there, so maybe one of those every now and then is understandable.
I would agree with that. Understandable every now and then. Sometimes you come back and you fake it to him and go play action. But other times you say, okay, they got him on that one. We'll come back to him in another carry.
He's going to drop this one down for Chubb.
And they're going to have themselves another first down as the tackle's made at the Steelers' 32-yard line. A sizable 16-yard chunk there. The drive continues.
But look what we have here, a sustained drive, and that was certainly AWOL in the first half. They really struggled to try and move the football. But right now, they certainly seem to have the formula working. Let's see if they can keep it up.
Cooper, the man in motion right. On first down, it's Watson. He gets it left side of Johnson. He's going to be out of bounds on what's going to wind up being the final play of quarter number
3. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line.
From the red zone now, Watson. And he's got it. And he's brought down. This duo locked in. 14 yards there. And a first down.
Well, I can put my defensive cap on right now, and I know they're saying don't give up any big plays now. They've controlled this game throughout.
And he takes this one in for a Brown score.
The sneak successful from a yard out. And the Browns are finally into the end zone here in this 4th quarter.
And now they'll empty the backfield here as they elect to go for 2. Looking to maybe throw for it here, Watson. And my goodness, another interception. He's at the 50, 30, 10, 5, and he takes it all the way back. It's a pick two, if you will, as that play backfires in a big way. The Browns kicking team out there now as they'll send this one away.
From the 10. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line.
This could be it. This could be it. This could be the turning point. Ready, break.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And it's looking all the more likely that a fifth straight win is going to be in the cards. They'll try to run some time here with a 1st and 10.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. They'll bring a receiver in motion left. 2nd and 9 now. The throw for Claypool is intercepted. Picked up by Denzel Ward. And the Browns are going to have the short field here as they'll take over right at the 50.
A feather in the cap for the defender, picking off one of the league's better quarterbacks so far this season. And add another feather in the cap for the coaches, too. Excellent game plan, and they had their guys aware of his ability to roll out and how to defend against it.
Watson and the Browns now with a 1st and 10. Right at the 50-yard line. After the interception, here's Watson. That's to the right side and complete to Njoku. So the completion good for 6 yards, and it's 2nd down. You got the big lead defensively, willing to give them that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
And now here is another interception. Tariq Woolen picks it. I think you and I were a little surprised back earlier in the game when he threw his 2nd interception. I mean, who would have thought a quarterback of his caliber picked now 5 times?
It's beyond stunning to me because we're used to that with maybe a quarterback with less experience or less talent. But a quarterback of his caliber, I can't believe what we've just seen.
Absolutely. If you would have told me this coming into the ballgame, I would have said never, not in a million years. But here we go. On 1st down, they'll run with Nwangu. And he's got this down a yard or 2 shy of the 40 before he's out of bounds. 41 yards on the ground for him so far. I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely, you want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
First target, first catch at a 1st down. On the toss, here's Nwangu. And he'll follow his blockers there all the way down to the 23-yard line. The Steeler 1st down on the pickup of 11 yards. They'll look to throw. And he slings one that's incomplete.
Nice progress down the field, was halted by that incompletion. They could try for some safe yards here to get things moving again, or keep throwing it and pushing it downfield to try and pick up bigger yardage.
Well, once again, they'll go from the 23-yard line on 2nd and 10. Now a give running left is Nwangu. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20.
They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4. Fourth quarter, you've got the lead. You have to stay in bounds and run that clock. Coaches, that'll drive them crazy.
Sacrifice a yard or two if you have to. Just go down, inbounds, keep that clock going. It's almost like he was caring more about his fantasy stats than it was about winning the game. That has to drive the coach crazy.
Meanwhile, on 3rd down, they take a shot at the end zone, but it's incomplete. Now Chris Boswell for the Steelers field goal try. From the left hash, this from 34. Boswell's kick is good, and that will extend their lead even further.
Well, ultimately, not really sure that they're going to need those 3 points, but they'll take the 3 and they pad that lead.
Yeah, this one's already wrapped up, but you and I both know if you're an offensive coordinator, you never let up on the gas unless the head coach tells you to do so. And maybe you've actually clicked him off in your headset so you can keep calling plays and trying to add to this lead.
The Browns drive about to get started. Remember, they have won 3 straight, but getting to 4 straight does not appear to be in the cards as they are in a big fourth quarter hole. Try to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. Here's Johnson with a reception.
And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped.
It's a gain of 35.
When they've needed a play this year, he's certainly been the guy to deliver. And as this season has gone on, he's been awfully consistent and sometimes spectacular.
So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. Cooper will come in motion right. Off of play action, it's Watson.
Again, it's Johnson.
And he is out of bounds right around the 10-yard line. He got 29 yards that time.
A 3-score game here late. You can probably rule out the comeback, but certainly some kind of a moral victory to be had if they can get a few more points to close things out. And to that end, a nice pass play there to push things downfield.
Yeah, and we know in this league, a loss is a loss, and no one wants anything to count as a moral victory or, boy, something that feels a little bit cheap. But if they trim that lead down to just 2 scores, that's still a benefit to this squad.
2nd and goal from inside the 5.
Chubb will score. Touchdown, Cleveland. Well, they move the ball down the field through the air, Charles, and then finally they get the running game involved, and it works to perfection. Touchdown.
And, partner, I kept waiting for that running game to come into play, and they actually saved it until the very end. Touchdown goes on his stat sheet, but you and I both know, and he knows as well, his teammates airing it out made this a successful drive.
Now they send the tight end in motion left.
Here's Chubb to try to run it in.
And he got it on the touchdown run, but he won't get in here. He'll be stopped short, and they'll come up empty on the try for 2. The Browns kicking team out there now as they'll send this one away.
This is taken just shy of the 10. And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line.
The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive.
It's been a dominant performance to this point, Charles, and this is probably exactly how they scripted this and envisioned it. They got a 3-score lead, fourth quarter, and a chance if they want to continue to pour it on here.
It is their call, isn't it? I mean, the way that they have taken on this game and the way that they have carried this game and have dominated this game, you're exactly right. Do what you want down the stretch. We are in the era of, hey, if you don't want us to do this to you, then you need to stop us. Their call to finish this one off.
On 2nd down, here's Nwangu.
And down right around the 32-yard line, 4 yards on the pickup. Now the Browns signal for the second of their timeouts. That's going to be their second. They'll be left with one more plus the 2-minute warning, and we'll be back. The offense on 3rd down tonight, they've had their troubles, just 1 for 6. This will be 3rd and 5. The play action fake. They'll look to throw. And he'll just toss it away. So he throws it away, and that brings up 4th down. The Steelers send out their punter now as he's on to punt for the 4th time tonight.
Nice punt, but good work on the return to get back 11 yards.
And that will come the offense as they take over.
The Browns drive about to get started. Where we stand right now in the 4th quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Watson eluding the pressure right. And he wisely will throw that one away.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. To throw is Watson. Going up top. And unable to connect. Incomplete. Now give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
Even with such a big lead late, the effort hasn't lapsed one bit. If the offense wants to score some points in this one, they're going to have to earn it. These guys are not giving up anything.
And it looks like this will be the last play before the 2-minute warning.
Hey, 39! Hey, 31! Hey, 31!
Desperation time. Watson on 4th down. Down under 2 minutes to go in this football game. So the Steelers with the football as we get you reset. And the scoreboard on their side, they're just looking to melt away these final couple of minutes and put this one in the left-hand column. That one looks like he'll throw here.
And going deep downfield for Boykin.
And this is caught. And he's going to take it in for a Steeler touchdown.
Miles Boykin,
41 yards.
And the Steelers add on to their lead, and they are also closing in on a 5th straight victory.
Boswell good with the extra point, and the lead is now 24. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown.
From the 6.
And he's going to get this across the 20 as he's out of bounds at the 23.
The Browns drive about to get started. Well, we said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD. But unfortunately, the second half has pretty much been a carbon copy of the first.
Yeah, that early lead was almost insurmountable the way their opponent was playing. And, partner, they do have some good news, though. This one is getting close to being over, and they can try and hit the reset button starting tomorrow.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. They go up the middle with Chubb. And they're able to get this one across the 35.
103 yards on the ground for him now as he has gotten better, really, as the night's gone on.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. On the move to his left. Looking left sideline, incomplete.
At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
They work again from the 38 on 2nd and 10. Up the middle, it's Chubb. And very little room to maneuver. He'll get this down to about the 39. They do get a yard there, but only a yard. Leaves them with 3rd and 9 looming.
They'll come to the line here needing 9 yards to pick up the first.
Now it's Watson. A bootleg. Rolling to his left. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by the linebacker, Kyle Van Noy.
And the Steelers are going to take possession of the football.
Charles, whatever's going on between his ears right now, it's just not completely calculated correctly. 7 picks between last week and this week after that one.
And they always say the most important part of a player is those 6 inches between the ears.
And this will be caught. And the carnage continues. It's another touchdown. Extra point out by Boswell. And he's been a busy man. 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. The Browns drive about to get started. They are just obviously getting shellacked here in this one, Charles. What's the message if you're a coach for this final drive in a lopsided game like this?
For a lot of coaches,
be honest.
Don't forget today. Don't forget what has happened out here.
Yeah, use that as ammo going forward.
Exactly. Take a great look at that scoreboard. Realize how poorly everything went for us today. Coaching, playing, the whole deal. And never forget it, because
you're not going to want that feeling again.
No, you don't want that feeling again. And who knows? You may meet up with this team again.
The Browns will quickly use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop it with 11 seconds remaining in the ball game.
Well, backed up here, tough spot, needing 11 yards to pick up the first.
And again, it's Chubb. Give him a couple on the run as it brings up the 4th down.
And as this defense walks off the field, they can do so